All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between. I believe this is Todd and. Well, I need to wait for my ticker to go come on by. It's Anxi and TBCBM spawning as the yellow undead, going up against Todd and Cash, human and orc here on Tidewater Glades. Should be an interesting 2v2 matchup. And first thing I'll say right off of the start is. This dual undead combination strikes me as a little bit genius for me not thinking of it or not seeing it earlier on. One of the major downsides for the Death Knight is that the Death Knight is often unable to heal himself. If we do see Death Knight at some combination or some point in this game, the Death Knights will be rather difficult to kill. Add in two liches on top of that, and hero nuking may be at an all-time high. Well, we have to see what the hero choices are going to be from the undead duo. Meanwhile, looking over here at Todd. Todd opening up Altar of Kings, going to be going for an Archmage, and we are looking at a Blade Master coming in from Cash. Now, this entire opening with Blade Master as well. I'm curious as to see what the styles of play are going to be. Is Todd and Cash, do they have a 2v2 strategy that they're really going for? It doesn't look like it's aura based. And then this whole entire undead duo, there is the Death Knight there. Is it a Lich to follow up? Where is that altar? There is that altar. Is it going to be a Death Knight 2? Definitely opening up with Crypt Fiends. That Ziggurat actually a bit delayed, and we'll see what the hero it is going to be. Another Death Knight. So duo Death Knights in this dual undead opening. So oh my goodness, that at level 3 Death Knight, level 1 Lich times 2, the Archmage may just end up getting melted very quickly. This is all theory crafting. I have not actually seen any of these games yet, but it does look like a definite possibility, as we're going to have, well, Dark Troll, Berserker, and all of these units now make their way over. Blade Master already running out across the field. It already sold its Scroll of Town Portal, picked up a Scroll of Speed, Clarity Potion, and a Healing Salve, and wants to do some harassment of his own. All right, finally walking through that gate and wind walking here, sees the Death Knight, and let's see what is going to end up happening here. All right, meanwhile, making its way back around, I have no idea what that platform notice means, as the Archmage does get to level 2. All right, let's take a look back across here. Unholy Aura first. Meanwhile, where is that Blade Master? Blade Master going after some of those units, perhaps trying to finish off this Dark Troll Berserker to get that last shot and that very powerful item. I believe that's the only reason why he's focusing down that one unit. There it goes, takes it down, and is now picking up that Ring of Regeneration and is going to go ahead and run away. Meanwhile, skeletal minions are looking to retreat back. Where is the rest of the purple army? And oh my goodness, purple on a map that is swampy, very difficult to spot. Death Knight is around here causing a lot of problems. Footman playing a good game of keep away and getting a surround on TBCBM's Death Knight. Death Knight now in serious trouble. It has a Circlet of Nobility. Is it going to be able to make its way out? It tried so desperately to finish off or get that item, and unable to do so, but in return TBCBM actually destroys the item. All right, destruction of an item right there. I don't know what the item was. Meanwhile, both Todd and Cash have a Ring of Regeneration on their heroes, unless the Death Knight, a Blade Master, sold it. At this early stage in the game, I wouldn't suggest actually selling that particular item. Oh, who did he get the item? Let's say Blade Master does not get the item. Death Knight ends up picking up Claws of Attack +6. Death Coils exchanged in the middle of the night. Double Death Coils all the way. What does it mean? Stay tuned and find out, as the Blade Master now going after the Death Knight here. Coming back onto the other side here, Archmage looking to finish off this Shaman. It is going to finish it off. Picks up the item Gloves of Haste, and now getting damage onto that Death Knight as well. Units are now trying to pull back away, as the skeletal minions are, well, resurrected to join in on another fight. Archmage, Blade Master, all of these are engaging. I do not believe these creeps will be woken up. Maybe the Archmage may throw a fireball back the other way. No, gonna go ahead. What are they doing? They're actually engaging back here. That is actually a rather large misstep. Meanwhile, Death Knight trying to head away again. There is another Windwalk Strike. Death Knight gonna get off another Death Coil there to try and save. Yes, there it goes. 500 hit points, no longer in danger. All right, apparently my middle child now wants to see what I'm doing. Here you go. All right. Archmage, Death Knight still wandering around in the middle portion of the map. Archmage going to try and squeeze through, able to do exactly that. Death Knight off over here, going after the other Death Knight. And this dual Death Knight being able to play next to each other, constantly heal each other while constantly nuking and blasting their opponents is absolutely huge. Archmage with those gloves of haste fireballs, able to attack really quickly. Meanwhile, Scroll of Speed does get a good surround onto a single Crypt Fiend right there. Crypt Fiend gonna get taken down. There it goes. Nice use of Scroll of Speed there, as we're gonna see a Death Coil saving a low hit point ghoul. All right, Crypt Fiends, ghouls currently all out in play. Archmage going to finish off that last unit there as the Archmage now gets to level 3, drops a level 2 Water Elemental as the, Water Elemental going to go ahead and engage back down. Back across here, Death Knight sitting at level 2. I'm going to go ahead and look for a little bit of easy experience as well. Perhaps going to try to creep in its own neck of the woods. Meanwhile, this Death Knight down to 112 hit points needs to get away and in a hurry. Will it be able to do exactly that? It appears so. Death Knight going to come over. Doesn't want to use a Death Coil as of yet, but forced to. And it probably wanted to get an additional 22 mana first, doubling the effectiveness of that heal. But, didn't want to risk it, as that Death Knight could have ended up falling at the hands of a Wind-Walking Blade Master. Coming back through, Water Elementals. One was, quickly sleeped, so it didn't absorb the damage that they were really hoping for it to. Level 1 Shadowhunter, trying to get to level 2 by its lonesome self, should be able to do that after clearing off this creep camp here, as that Dark Troll High Priest gets taken down. Shadowhunter should pick up a Tome of Knowledge and a Sobi Mask, a beautiful item to, keep the units alive and well. Meanwhile, back across here, Death Knight, one of the Death Knights finally up to level 3, as we're looking at the overall supply, 36 and 29. So what is that, 68, going up against 40 and 41. So 68 versus 81 right now. Definite advantage for the human orc army. But we all know that the the undead army generally starts off a little bit slow and then is able to make a little bit of a play later. Troll Shadowhunter sitting at level 2, going to try and back away. Mountain King not going to get to level 2 though, as the Shadowhunter may have taken a little bit of experience as well. Back across here, Blade Master still trying to haunt the undead, wind-walking and stealing items and taking down your units as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, off to the side here, we're going to take a look at this. Oh, Ursa Warrior, there is a giant stomp being dropped down there. Very difficult to try and take down this particular creep camp because, if all you have is melee units, those melee units are just constantly getting stomped to death by this Ursa Warrior. Level 2 on the Mountain King, level 3 on the Shadowhunter. Big experience or power spike there in the overall army. Back across on the other side, Skeletal Minions are still doing a bit of scouting. No one has set up expansions as of yet, as expansions are rather difficult to take. They are in the center portion of the map. Looking across, we are having, 2 priests out onto the field. Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, and the Mountain King does want them. Really be able to pick them up? I do believe so. Just taking a little bit of time to get around those units. All right. We're going to have a little bit of a break in the action in the 2v2 matchup as everyone plays, a little bit of the campaign, so to speak, taking down the creeps on the map and getting a little bit more experience. 2 level 3 Death Knights. And talk about health items. Scroll of Restoration. Now, the Scroll of Restoration is one of those items that really scale incredibly well in a 2v2 matchup. The wider your army is, the more powerful that's. And when you have a 2v2 units, on a friendly non-mechanical units in the area, including your heroes. So all of a sudden, it's essentially a potion of mana for everyone on your team. That includes the obsidian statues as well. If you actually turn them into destroyers, I believe the destroyers would also get mana too. Although that mana would be short-lived, that would be very high damage still. All right, Mountain King, is it going to come by and pick up that Tome of Strength? No, Archmage not going to read the Tome of Strength. I guess Bronze, Brains over Ron, not important there as the Archmage now shifts off to the north. Is the Mountain King going to go back over and actually remember there's a book there? Probably not. 2v2 matchups rather difficult. Todd actually has an expansion set up off to the north here. There's one arcane tower, and Todd really using that human advantage of being able to set up expansions. Now, Todd is going to go back for a Tome of Intelligence, a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra mana, as this arcane tower spots a skeleton warrior now making its way on out. This scout farm strategically placed to know if the opposing army will be walking towards that expansion and trying to get in position in time. Destroyer, on the other hand, still wandering around here. Items, Blade Master still sitting at level 1 this entire time. What is the reasoning behind having a level 1 Blade Master at this stage in the game? Level 3 Shadow Hunter, Blade Master apparently doesn't scale all that well. Scrolls of Healing also being picked up as we're looking at the, well, Pit Lord, or not the Pit Lord, the Crypt Lord added in too. All right, there's one Crypt Lord here. Is there another Crypt Lord here? No, there is not. It is a Dark Ranger instead. So the Crypt Lord will land a number of impales, which will be incredibly important. Death Coil, or sorry, Frost Nova not cast there, only Death Coil here as the units are trying to make their way through. It is going to end up trying to head inside its base only to end up getting taken down very fast. All right, in comes the remaining units here. Obsidian Statue could get taken down. Repairs not going to work. Death Knight could have a little bit of trouble as the Raiders are actually going after all of these units. There goes one Obsidian Statue. Another Obsidian Statue could get taken down very quickly as well. There goes some more Peasants as the Destroyers should be trying to absorb mana and does exactly that. Silence on the Blade Master. Healing Wave bouncing around as the units are going to try and engage right here. All right, this is a 1v1 fight, but Todd going to go ahead and head home and teleport back home to now cause a bit of problems in traffic. Wait, no. Where did he teleport to? He teleported to the Orc army in order to try and, well, perhaps protect his expansion. He's going to actually be running back down here. This is two 1v1 games at the same time. No one really fighting with home field advantage at all as the Shadow Hunter, well, trying to get away. All right, Scroll of Town Portal. Is the Lich going to be able to survive? It looks like, yes, it will. Only a split second of invulnerability not being there as the Crypt Lord now tries to make its way back out. I believe a Stormbolt is coming, but a Death Coil came in time as well. Damage coming back through the Crypt Lord with that additional armor from Frost Armor, really keeping it alive there as the Archmage now chases back down again. All right, Disease Cloud, well, affecting the natural wildlife of the map. I don't know. I thought I saw a diseased little critter on the map, but nope, there it goes. Anyways, coming back through, skeletal minions now making their way down. Shadow Hunter, Blade Master, level 3, level 2. Skeletal minions are just trying to run on by, but they may accidentally give a little bit of experience here as all of those units are just going to end up falling. Skeletal minions going to fall rather fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, more experience given. Mountain King, well, you do not want to get that Mountain King to level 5 as all of a sudden Storm Bolting one Death Knight, taking down that much damage and preventing him from healing the other Death Knight is a big possibility. Archmage, Rifleman getting ready to go. 2-0 upgrades. Blade Master able to shut down this haunted gold mine here as the Kodo Beast, well, looking to get away. Kodo Beast having a very bad day. Staff of Teleportation, no Scroll of Speed. Mountain King is going to try to make its way back over as there it goes the engagement. There is Blizzard getting retrained. Silence onto the Mountain King. Mountain King, Scroll of Healing. But is he going to stay alive? It doesn't look like it. Stormbolt as a dying request followed by a clap. Mountain King gets as much as it can before it dies. Meanwhile, there goes that Crypt Lord taking down as we're going to see some, well, abominations fall as well. Rifleman still in a good spot here. Scroll of Speed being used perhaps prematurely as there is no retreat right now, and damage is just adding up. Scroll of Restoration, I believe, used right there as a big Frost Nova freezing over and taking down two Riflemen. All right, battle still raging on in the back. Kodo Beast giving in big damage bonus. There was a Scroll of Restoration being used on the other side as the Shadow Hunter is going to try and continue with those heals as well. Both Kodo Beasts have abominations in the belly of the beast as that damage is just adding up more and more. More ensnares being brought down. There goes another abomination as the Shadow Hunter gets up to level 4. Blizzard raining down as there is Crypt Fiends in the backfield. However, They are being healed by obsidian statues, but the Archmage's Blizzard may just become far too much as it's trying to zone off multiple areas. No orb of fire on abominations, but even with double death coils, it is not enough to keep the unit alive. Archmage should really be trying to Blizzard down this side here, and now finally adding up a large amount of damage onto all of those units, as those units, well, some of the obsidian statues are still in play. Riflemen and sorceresses getting caught in transit. However, the Crypt Lord already back in play, as it was only a level 1 hero, and the units are still making their plays here. Abominations, this Kodo Beast about to finish its meal and wants another, as we're seeing more damage being come back through. Blade Master already back up to level 3. There goes a large impale, and damage is added up again. All right, Kodo Beast does have room in the belly. Meanwhile, off over here, same thing. We're going to see an engagement. Blizzard not really working against those destroyers, as the destroyers are just constantly getting zoned out. Scroll of Speed for a quick retreat. Priest needs to back their way up as the Riflemen 2-1 upgrades get Frost Nova and could get taken down again. All right, are we going to see an impale? That is the question. Riflemen trying to run away as the units are still heading back. Shadow Hunter is here. Death Knight is here. Are we going to get a healing wave bouncing around? Yes, we will, saving those last couple of units. Ensnare going onto an obsidian statue. And if you are retreating, you are pretty much going to be losing a unit in this 2v2 battle. Frost Nova ensnares, both of those really tying that in right now as the damage is starting to add back up. Mountain King coming in from the back. Is it going to try to land a clap? Yes, it does. Mountain King joins in on the fight and realizes, you know what? I don't want to be in the midst of the action. Let me get back home here. Archmage now gets up to level 5. Mountain King, Boots of Speed. What is that? Replenishment potion? Yeah, replenishment potion now being used. Mountain King running around in the backfield, wanting to join in on the fight, but he really should be staying out of it until he gets a little bit more mana and more hit points. All right, more damage coming across here. Archmage could be throwing down another Blizzard here. That's a very narrow walkway, but doesn't want to do that as of yet. Mountain King now too far back. Really wants to get a big Stormbolt, but has not been able to do so. Death Coil right there. Remaining units now starting to retreat. One group of units will teleport away as the Rifleman does a little bit of chasing, but will not continue that there. Now, human army of Todd currently being able to having an economic advantage, 62 supply and 53 supply, going up against 55 supply and 50 supply. TB's economic difference is what? 14 plus 7, that's 21 compared to 17 right now, since TBC is not yet in high upkeep. Not that big of a difference overall, 17 compared to 21. However, the army size of, well, Cash and Todd is still better. Mountain King going to pick up another item. It is another Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, and that Mountain King with over 1,000 hit points at level 3 with +8 strength. Units going to make their way back off to the north here. Blade Master healing up again. No healing salve for some reason. Sobi Mask on the Shadow Hunter. Kodo Beast joining in. Nothing in the belly of the beast either, as the Arcane Tower going to end up attacking the Town Hall, and then stops to allow the peasants to get that kill and that little bit of experience. Mountain King still sitting at level 3. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4, getting close to 5. Blade Master sitting comfortably at 4, going up against a level 4 Death Knight, level 2 Crypt Lord, level 3 Lich, level 4 Death Knight, level 3 Lich, and a level 3 Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger also possessing an Orb of Corruption. That's gotta be a mistake, right? I mean, the Dark Ranger with the Orb of Corruption doesn't make nearly as much sense, especially if you have black arrows. The Orb of Corruption the ability does not stack with the black arrow ability last time I read my patch notes, but then again, things do change over time. Militia gonna try and engage right here. There you are. There's more skeletal minions diving on in. Militia are already ready in waiting, as we're going to see this army now try to move on through. If you attack this army as it is a single file line, but then the units end up collapsing around you, that is no good either. All right, what you're going to be looking for? Riflemen, Priest, Raiders, all here are ready to go. Two armies are just slightly separated. Are they going to try to go for a possible flank? But with so many scout farms, well, Todd and Cash will see any attack coming from a mile away. As the riflemen are here ready to go, there goes a Stormbolt onto an Abomination. Barely took any damage, and the Obsidian statues are going to be more than enough there. There's the Frost Nova. There's the Impale. Beautiful positioning by the Undead Army. As you're going to be coming across here. As we're trying to restabilize, let's take a look. There goes one unit again. Riflemen trying to go after those Obsidian statues and doing that in a hurry. There's a big thunderclap there as the Riflemen are going to end up getting taken down, but the armies are all lost. There was a giant Impale once more as that Crypt Lord is just maximizing all of that damage there. Thunderclap coming in again. Riflemen going to try and fight. The Grunts are going to engage, perhaps take down a couple more units as the Riflemen are just able to shoot target after target without really having to try and move at all. Mountain King still in the midst of all of these fights here. Mountain King sitting at level 4, gonna perhaps go after any other units. Lich could be in danger. There's a silence as the Mountain King could be in trouble. As we're gonna see the Death Knight down. Yes, it does. The Death Knights being separated prevented a Death Coil heal as the Mountain King trying to catch up right here. Is it gonna work out? Let's take a look. Mountain King going after the Lich. It looks like Blade Master should finish the job. There it goes. There goes the Dark Ranger. And what started off as a good fight for the Undead Army quickly reverses as Cash and Todd flip the script and are able to get in a lot of damage. All right, Archmage now leading the charge back the other way. Shadowhunter should be trying to get a Hex off onto something, at least pick off an additional unit or two. Troll Bat Riders overhead, keeping track of all of this here. Mountain King Stormbolt onto the Abomination. Abomination should end up getting taken down. All right, Death Coil comes across and saves it again. Blade Master trying to chase after all these units. There is another ensnared. Death Knight rejoins in on the fight. The armies are just all split as a major blizzard now raining down, destroying all of these units in the middle of the map. All right, there goes one Abomination again. Archmage now has mass teleport. Blizzard amongst all of those units. They are trying to get away, and it ends up, well, what happened to the Archmage? Archmage purposely shifted down, gets in another Blizzard again, and all of that damage is still adding up. Archmage stops the casting. Level 6 Archmage, is it level 3 Brilliant Aura? Yeah, doesn't need mass teleport because mass teleport would just separate you from your partners. Lich stays alive ever so temporarily, gets up to level 4, but could end up getting taken down once again. Another Death Coil coming across as the Lich is trying to stay alive. There's a Lightning Shield on the Lich as well. There's an Impale. However, it doesn't actually pick up any of the units really as the Lich was unable to slither out from underneath. There goes the Lich now as the Blizzard still raining down on multiple units. There goes an Ensnare, and this long, slow race back home, losing so many units, finally comes to an end. Back off to the north, an army of ghouls well, did a good job harassing the expansion, but losing the expansion at the, or losing your army at the cost of taking down the peasants of an expansion, not worth it at all. We are seeing only one acolyte mining off over here, a second gold mine trying to be haunted. The main gold mines have already run out. And what you see is what you get, forcing fights in the middle of the map. Acolytes here ready to go to work once more. There is a Shade keeping track of all of the units fighting. Abomination in the belly of the beast. Meanwhile, let's take a look. 63 supply and 59 supply going up against, well, the Orc and all of these units who are just trying to heal back up for the follow-up battle. Archmage sitting at level 3, Scroll of Healing, Rifleman 2-2 upgrades, Raiders 0-2 upgrades. Abomination gonna be digested here in just a moment. There it goes. No experience, no level ups. I mean, as the Mountain King, well, sitting at over 1100 hit points and almost at level 5. At this stage in the game, all the Blade Master needs to do is just do a little bit of haunting and then back away. Doesn't want to fight, feel the full fury of the undead army, though. Gonna back away. There is a scroll potion of lesser invulnerability. Raiders are going to be getting into position. Still no weapons attack upgrade, surprisingly, as the units are going to be coming across here. Make sure you do some big attacks. There you go. A little bit more damage coming across. There goes that ensnare right now. Meanwhile, peons are mining, peasants are mining. Todd isn't even repairing that town hall. Shade is keeping track of the army. Shadowhunter sitting at level 5. I don't believe Big Bad Voodoo will be cast as the Shadowhunter picks up a potion of lesser invulnerability too. All right. I wonder if you had 2 Shadowhunters, Does the big bad Voodoo, can they actually bounce on top of each other? Death Knight gonna go ahead and engage. Blade Master very low on hit points, gonna get healed back up here. Blizzard raining down across multiple units. Archmage should be, well, trying to reposition and now hitting the majority of those units in the center portion of the map. The Crypt Lord did not impale the Archmage, and you can see all of that damage straight up in the center. Retraining to Blizzard, an absolute nightmare as Blizzard is destroying everything here on, well, on Tidewater Glades. There goes a little bit more damage again, more Blizzard raining down, and I believe the Archmage's level 3 Blizzard just absolutely, wow, what happened? Evie, you need to tell me if that happened. I don't know. All right. All right, coming back across here. Our Archmage now making its way back across. Hopefully that wasn't for too long. Was that for a long time where it shrank? Oh, you weren't even watching that screen. All right. Death Knight getting a Death Coil back across here. Abomination. Okay, let me point this at me then. Death Knight now making its way back down here. There's the GGs. Rifleman going to go ahead and finish all of those units off. And a great game there. Todd and Cash taking out the undead duo Death Knights as, well, divide and conquer and using Blizzard to great effect in a 2v2 matchup. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.